So let's talk about climate change and how that contributes to violence against women. So climate change refers to long-term shifts in temperature changes and weather pattern. Human activities have been the main driver of climate changes. This is primarily due to the burning of fossil fuels such as oil, gas, and coal. Okay, so what does all this have to do with violence against women? There have been numerous studies geared around this very question. The overall idea is that when a natural disaster occurs where there's going to be a climate change or a change in the weather pattern, such as a fire, hurricane, excessive heat, these can trigger certain gender-based violent crimes. Some of these include unsafe or insecure housing, substance abuse, stress, trauma, grief, and loss. That's not all either. Relationship problems, economic and unemployment issues, reduced support or reduced services, and more. In disasters like these, there's enormous pressure on women to not talk about the men's violent acts. From family members to healthcare professionals to friends, even police officers, and more. Needing more specifics? There was a study that tracked almost 200,000 girls and women in Pakistan, Nepal, and India, all ages from 15 to 49 years old. This study was conducted over an 8-year span. What this study found was a very strong link between a climate crisis in South Asia and the rise of domestic violence. The data showed that there was an increase of 1 degree Celsius higher than the normal average annual temperature. With this came a 6% increase in physical and sexual domestic violence. Okay, so again, why would a heat wave cause all of this to happen? Okay, think of it this way. Getting overheated is not very comfortable. On top of the discomfort and agitation with the excessive heat, people may not be able to work anymore if they were typically working outside. If you're not working, you're not making money. So now this person lost their source of income. He may feel angry and helpless and ashamed that he can't provide for his children or his family anymore. Not only is he experiencing all these new feelings of not being able to provide, but now he's in the house with his wife and his children all day long with new sounds and emotions, dealing with the kids' tantrums, which is all very new to him because he's normally outside working. Tension is now building. He's growing more and more agitated as the days go on. This leads to frustration, and that frustration leads to anger. His wife and his children are now suffering from his acts. The more days he's out of work, the more days his family has to endure his violence. Oh, and by the way, this isn't a made-up story. It's a real story from a real woman in India, and her name was Suniti. These are just a few examples of how climate change can affect the home between intimate partners and increase violence.